should be smarter than my exes, but apparently somebody on Grindr is suing Grindr for the actions of his ex-boyfriend. I'll try to find the article for you, but I happened to come across it randomly, where a guy was being his ex-boyfriend was making catfish accounts of his ex-boyfriend and just putting his shit out there and his address and everything, leading all these weirdos to his house to have sex, and he didn't want to have sex with them. And so the victim decided to sue Grindr instead of his ex-boyfriend, because being a more intelligible, non-female, non-moderator kiss-ass, he put two and two together that if Grindr can ban accounts, well then it stands to reason Grindr is accountable for when somebody uses the platform to harass and, terrorize other people. It's just the way it is. And he may have a viable case. The judge seems to be contemplating it heavily. Now, the reason why they haven't done this thus far, and why they haven't encouraged this sort of lawsuit, is because of the protection clauses under the American jurisdiction, where they want to say that the websites aren't liable. But then that's why we come to these curbs in the road of how Twitter and Facebook are supposedly public platforms. Guess what? Then why are they banning people? Why have they ever banned people? Ever. Let alone currently doing it in mass. There is no excuse for that. They should have to pay exorbitant amounts of fines right there just for that. Just for fucking lying. But regardless, the fact of the matter is that they're not public platforms, and that they are indeed private property. And if they feel entitled to banning people, well then they are liable for the criminal intent. So when you post child porn, when you catfish somebody, when you post information of somebody else, when you make death threats or whatever, all of it falls on the moderator. All of it. Because if it didn't, then they owe you reimbursements for harassment and defacement and fraud and extortion and a bunch of other shit. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to give you money for fucking with you. But they have to. Or they're liable on your behalf as the trustee. It's got to be one or the other. It has to be one or the other. This isn't a matter of what I want. This isn't a matter of what even you want. Who gives a fuck what you want? That's just the way it is. Now, understanding that, regardless of how the courts rule it, the reason why they're avoiding it, and that's what this biased article did say, was because they're like, it threatens free speech. Because, nothing says free speech like getting banned from fucking Reddit for posting a meme. But anyway, it would change how we think of the internet, because, yes, nobody is stupid enough to run a public platform and risk being liable for it. Nobody's going to run the likes of 4chan or Facebook knowing that they're liable for a good billion people. You might have your little private forums and shit like that where they can somewhat self-contain it, but they're not going to have the big social medias. And hence the contradiction of capitalism. But you know what? At no point, whether you be early 2000s internet getting banned from little forums, little hole-in-the-wall forums by the local pedophile, or whether you're in the Generation Z getting banned from Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook monopoly conglomerate, it's all the same shit. At no point in any of those junctures did you have freedom of speech anyway. You may as well make some fucking moderators suffer.